All right, I know what you're thinking. You're like, we got to do remote learning so we don't have to do the middle school pulse. Well, you couldn't be more wrong. I'm not giving up on it, people. I'm not giving up on you. You need to do the middle school pulse, always and forever. Middle school pulse forever. All right, so how on earth do you do it at home? That's what you're wondering about it. Now, I can see where I'm sitting in here. I can see the list over there of all the different assignments. And as I look at them, you know, like the teacher interview, you do that through email anyhow. So the teacher emails you their video answers. Student interview, the same thing. Joke of the week, I mean, that's what we're doing right now, talking to the FaceTime camera on our MacBook. Why'd the chicken cross the road? Real easy to do a joke of the week. Let's see, the backstage report. Yeah, that one could be a little tough. So if you're the person in charge of backstage report, why don't you talk about your feelings, about the stuff you've been doing in the backstage, and then go find some good Google images about it. So if you're like, well, I've been working on podcasting, well, then go find some stock images on, you know, microphones and mixers and that kind of stuff so you can talk about it. Okay, let's see what else we got. The quiz show. Quiz show is a little tough to do from home. I'll give you that. So why don't you, if you've got the quiz show, just go through and do the whole host and ask some weird questions. You come up with some questions and then have the people who watch it participate. And we'll go, the first person to email Mr. Flick, and here's my email address here, and you can put it on your screen there. Anyhow, first person to email me, Mr. Flick, I will give them the rubber duck. Okay, so even though you don't have anybody in the room with you, you can still do the quiz show. Let's see, the commercials. Yeah, we can still do it. If you want to do a commercial about a smoothie or something, just go ahead and, you know, Google some images of the smoothie and talk about the beautiful smoothie you can get at Nectar, or an upcoming event that's happening in Abu Dhabi, although a lot of events are being canceled, but, you know, try to find something new, like I don't know what, and maybe something going on at the school. Again, a lot of things have been canceled, so you might really stretch yourself on school activities or national things. Come up with some type of commercial, maybe for like a national brand. So do it on Adidas shoes, or I don't know. Just come up with, just make a commercial about something. Just find some stock images out there through Google image search, and you can do that. Okay, that gets us through commercials, international news feed. Still, you don't need to be in the studio to do international news. You can find some things. Memes of the week. Again, don't need the studio. You can do it at home. Worth checking out. Things that are happening here in Abu Dhabi that you need to be aware of. Maybe, I don't know, that one's a tough one since so many events are being canceled. So that might be a little bit of a stretch, but try to do your best. Maybe it's something that's a long ways away, like the Dubai World's Fair or something, okay? So that's easy enough to do. Tech tips, no problem. You can still do those at home. Host A and host B, just talk right into your cameras like I'm doing right here. And pop culture report, same thing, talking to the camera. And sports. Sports might be a little bit tough. Maybe your only announcement on sports are things that happened in the past. Maybe you can send questions to someone who's in sports, email them, and they email you back a video that you could put in about some type of sport that they're in here at the school. But you can figure it out. You can work it all out. So now, let's talk about this awesome rig that I'm all set up with. So number one is that you need to find a quiet place. And hey, there's no one in my classroom, so I've got a quiet place. But I do get a bit of an echo. So in iMovie, under the volume control, you can go ahead and turn off reduce background noise. So I'm going to do that starting right now. Okay, so now I've reduced the background noise, and now it's going to sound better because I have no microphone plugged into this. This, even though it's right here, it's not plugged in. The cable's back there somewhere because I didn't want you worrying about finding a microphone. This is only using the little pinhole mic that's on the, I think it's up here by the camera. Anyhow, so there. So, number one, find a nice quiet place. Number two, make sure you make the adjustments in the settings for the microphone. So you go to System Preferences, go to Sound, and then go to Input, and then you move that slider so as you're talking, it's at a nice good level. You don't want to record it too soft. You don't want to record it too loud. You want it bouncing up into the last three, but never into the last one. So it's bouncing between the last 2 and 3 as you're talking. So make that adjustment. Okay, so quiet place, microphone's all set up with the adjustments correctly. And then the next thing you need to do is you need to raise it up so that you're not, you know, looking up. People are looking up your nose, really. And that's if the laptop is down on the ground. So you get this little weird, like this kind of look, where you see the ceiling behind me. No, you can just see I've got I think, yeah, 4 books stacked underneath here, and that's at a pretty good height for me. So lift up your MacBook a little bit, and then finally put some good lighting. You can see I've got shadows on my face here because I've got this sweet IKEA light right here that's sitting right next to my laptop, and it's adding these nice tones of light on me, because if that's off, let's turn that off, you get this, okay? So it's starting to get grainy. All I got is just the classroom lights on. Maybe if you were close to a nice window, that might work, but it needs to be well lit, okay? So if you've got that done, so quiet room, good microphone settings, you've raised up your MacBook so you're looking kind of at eye level with the camera, you got some good lighting source, and then you just go ahead and shoot it all in QuickTime. Go up to New Movie, I think is the setting up there. What is it? New Movie Recording, and get it all recorded in there and get it edited, bring it into iMovie, do the reduce background noise in iMovie, add some sound effects, special effects, make it look all pretty, edit it, and then export it to your desktop, and then go ahead and hit the turn in folder on whatever assignment page you have. So if you have, say, commercial 2, go back to the commercial 2 web page, and on there there'll be a little turn in button. Hit that turn in button and then put it into whatever episode number you have assigned. So maybe it's episode 11, maybe it's episode 12, maybe whichever one you have. No, 11 we've already done, so 12, 13, 14, or 15. Whatever episode you have, get it turned in. Remember the due dates. I will be emailing those people involved, so if you do not have an email from me, then you don't need to worry. But if you get an email from me, then you need to do your segment. That's priority number 1, because we're still making a show, baby, and it's going to be awesome. All right, can't wait to see what you guys turn in. And can't wait to see all the weird backgrounds of all your different houses that you're in and all that kind of stuff. Make sure something's cool in the background, like this sweet little robotics design cycle like I have here. I mean, that's awesome. Anyhow, see ya. Have fun.